EDC enthusiasts and fellow genetic modified Vikings. I'm Diener. Welcome to the channel, Genetic Modified Viking. Today's Tuesday. It's a fitting day to talk about a knife, a manufacturer, TWOSUNs. So we have one that we're going to feature today. I'm going to bring in some other knives, some TWOSUN knives. I got a decent collection of TWOSUN knives, so I'll pull some out and do a little comparison, and then we'll do a comparison with some of the other knives that we're more familiar with. So the one that we're going to feature today is the TWOSUN TS376. And here it is here. It's a big knife. It's stone washed. It's like a darkened, rough stone washed frame. You got the D2 steel. It's like a polished stone wash. The finish is really nice. Beautiful finish on this. It's a thumb slot flipper only. The pocket clip, pretty well done. Matches the curves of the milling. You have that lanyard hole in the back. I'm not a big fan of lanyard holes. However, there it is if you're into lanyard holes. It's I'm going to read from the specs off the website. It's 8.39 overall length in inches. The closed length, that would be the handle, is 3.69. Blade length, 3.66. I measured 3.7. Blade thickness, 15 thousandths, 3.83 if you're going to use millimeters. D2 steel, as I mentioned, the weight is 4.9 inches. I'm not too much concerned about weight so much, but it's right at that kind of that sweet spot, you know, that magic ratio that they talk about, 1 inch to an ounce. But so if you're using that ratio, it's a little bit on the heavy side. But that is it. It's got a full titanium backspacer. It's a 1/2 inch thick. So it's right at that right thickness in terms of the overall aesthetics of this knife. The lock bar, it's got a little bit additional cutout here, so you got access to the lock bar. To get past that detemp ball looks to be about 25 degrees. If you measure from the pivot to the end of the handle, it looks to be about 25 degrees. So it drops pretty good. It's a little gritty, which I'm going to probably take apart and clean up a little bit. But the lockup, it's a solid lockup. It looks to be about 20%. I'll move the microphone over here a little bit. There we go. So yeah, good looking knife. Good looking knife. So there it is. That's the TS376. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull over some of the other TWOSUNs that I got. This is the TWOSUN 328. This is a tepe design. Titanium. Polished titanium. Textured titanium. The pocket clip, not crazy about, but I guess it matches kind of the overall aesthetics of that milling on there. Now this one here I've had for some time. These are kind of hard. These are some of the more pricier TWOSUN knives. This one has a number of 017. This is, I think, when they were actually numbering them when they were being released. So this is one of the original releases, if not the original release. So these are kind of hard to get, and when they do come in, usually they go pretty quick. And then another one, which is my favorite, and that is the 186, the TS186. And that's that guy right there. That is the 186. That's a Mazwan Mokhtar design. I got some information written down here. It's a 3.4 inch. That's M390, and 15 thousandths, same blade thickness as the 376. Beautiful knife. This is my favorite knife of TWOSUN, that is. And so yeah, that's a beautiful knife. Absolutely. Whoa. How about I avoid smacking the camera here? Didn't crack. So anyway, that's the 186, the 376, and the 328. Now we're going to pull these TWOSUNs out of here, and we're going to pull in some more familiar ones. This is the WE Elementum. You can see, based on that, it's it's a pretty big knife. The other one is a PM2. There you go. It's got a longer blade. The blade looks to be about 1/4 inch longer. And the handle is actually about 1/4 inch shorter. Of course, the PM2 not having the best blade to handle ratio. And then here it is against the Max Ace Black Mirror. And it's very similar in lines, as you can see. The slot is a little bit different shape, but It's got that swooping belly. The angle of the blade to where the handle is, it leaves room for your fingers underneath. If you're doing food prep type cuts or even utility cuts, it's a great design. And so yeah, there you go. That's the TWOSUN 376. So today is going to be a kind of a fun day for me. I'm looking forward to getting the mail. I have a couple of knives, well sought after knives. One particularly is pretty hard to get, and it is kind of along these similar lines. I won't tell you what it is. I'll do an unboxing possibly tomorrow. If not, I am traveling down to visit my son. He graduates with his biomedical engineering degree, his bachelor's degree, this coming Saturday, actually. So I might take some of those knives with me and do some on-the-road unboxings kind of a deal. So there you go. Anyway, that's the TWOSUN 376. Please follow me on Instagram right down there. And like the video, subscribe, and until the next one, this is Diener signing out.